It's that time of the year again when Essence and Catrice release a bunch of new makeup products, and I am here to show them to you. I'm very excited because we have some really fun and trendy products today. New blushes, soft mousse blushes to be precise. We have 2 new foundations as well. We have a new liquid contour slash bronzer. We have a gel powder. I don't know how to explain this. A full face, as you can imagine, and I'm very interested and excited to show these products today. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into the video. First of all, I have a new primer from Catrice. This is their Glam Dolle Hydrating Primer. Apparently it has a shade name, 010 My Goldness. It's supposed to be a hydrating primer enriched with delicate gold flakes and hyaluronic acid. Gives a radiant complexion and extends the wear of makeup. So we're gonna try it out. It looks really cool, by the way. So it looks like this, and then it has like gold flakes. This is what it looks like on my hand. As you can see, it has those like golden flakes in it. And then we're just gonna apply it to the face. Now I have to say I don't really use primers all that much anymore, but this one kind of intrigued me and I really wanted to try it. I'm also not the biggest fan of hyaluronic acid. I know a lot of people seem to like it, but usually on my skin it just kind of reacts the wrong way. But this feels quite nice and not like drying. Sometimes with primers from drugstore brands, and mostly Essence and Catrice really, I feel like they can be a little bit like too alcohol-y and really dry out my skin, but this one doesn't really give me that, so that's nice. My face is feeling very hydrated, and it also has like a little bit of a glow. Now for foundation, I actually have 2 options. I was kind of surprised to see this. So we have one from Essence and one from Catrice. So this is the Essence foundation stick, and this had a lot of shades, by the way, which I was pleasantly surprised by, because usually with Essence they really try to be inclusive sometimes. But I've noticed throughout the years, especially like growing up with Essence and then right now, that they have expanded their shade range quite a lot, but I can imagine that there is still room for much improvement. So this is the foundation stick, and I have the shade 30. Now I have to say, even on me, I think this is going to be quite light, as you can see. And it wasn't the lightest shade even, so I feel like this is going to be really pale. Now it says that this is supposed to be lightweight, buildable and skin caring texture for an even natural complexion. And then the other foundation that I have, I was a little bit confused by this because I wasn't really sure if this is a foundation or like a highlighter stick. So this is the Catrice Soft Glam Filtr Stick Glow Booster, and it literally all it says is glow boosting face stick, optical filter effect for radiant complexion, sheer coverage. So this is what it looks like. In the Catrice range, I already have like their Soft Glam Filter Fluid, which is like a liquid highlighter, and I'm guessing actually that this is like their stick version of that. I don't know how this will work out as a foundation, and if it's like meant to be a foundation or more as like a very lightweight highlighter. So this is the shade 002 Fair, and this is what it looks like. And then I'm gonna blend it out a little. That is what it looks like. So it definitely has a glowy effect, which makes me think that this is not going to be like a foundation that's appropriate for me. So these are the 2 foundation-esque type of products that we have. Now I am going to try the Essence foundation stick. What this looks like, I'm just gonna... That's very light. I am going to apply this straight to my face because I really want to blend this out, and I feel like that might actually be the best way to figure this out. What I immediately noticed is that the coverage on this, even though it looks intense when you first apply it, is actually quite light. First of all, I think I definitely should have gone a shade up. It looks fine, but I do know that this is just like a little bit too light for me. Now, it looks good on camera, but in real life it really looks a little bit like Casper the Ghost. However, when it comes to the formula, I'm actually pleasantly surprised, because I think this is somewhat of a very soft matte formula. And I have a dry skin type, and I usually don't really like that. It usually emphasizes texture and all of that, especially when I blend it out, and especially when I draw it on the face like that. However, I am actually pleasantly surprised because it looks very natural on my skin, and I see some of that glow still coming through, so that is lovely. I didn't use a lot on my forehead just because I don't find that to be very natural looking, but even on the rest of the face it still looks quite glowy. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so it still looks kind of like very natural. You still have like some reflection right here and on top of my cheeks and on my forehead. Now, when it comes to like a full review on this product, obviously I have to use it more, and I have to use it with other like products underneath, because that's how you really test the foundation, not just by wearing it once. But so far so good. It's looking really, really nice. So yeah. Next up, I'm going to apply the Catrice Soft Glam Filtr Stick. Now again, this is somewhat of a highlighter product, I think. Okay, so I'm actually just going to apply it with my finger, and then we're going to blend it out. Okay, I see somewhat of a difference, but not a whole lot. It seems to give the face a very subtle glow, and it doesn't really pick up the foundation that's underneath, so that's lovely as well. So I'm just gonna apply some of this. Yeah, it gives a really beautiful natural glow to the face, which is good. Now for concealer, I have a new concealer. This is the Catrice Instant Bright Serum Concealer with medium coverage. 002N is my shade. I really like Catrice concealers. I am currently using the Catrice Cover and Care Sensitive Concealer, which is really good. I really like it. And then I saw this one and I was like, serum concealer, medium coverage, count in. I want that. The doe foot applicator, by the way, is very long. And yeah, I'm just gonna apply some of that right underneath the eyes. And I'm also going to apply some on this zip that I have. Now, when it comes to the formula right now, I feel like it's a little bit more heavy than the concealer from Catrice that I'm currently using, the Cover and Care one. But yeah, it looks slightly heavier underneath my eyes. But especially with concealers, I find it difficult to give you like a proper review, because usually I don't really have one. It's just something that I have to test out a little bit more, especially when it comes to creasing and all of that. But my first impressions are it looks a little bit more heavy than the other one that I have from Catrice. And I don't know, I'm not as wowed by it, I guess, as the other concealer. Now we have the general base makeup done. We are moving on to very exciting things like blush and bronzer. I have a couple of options for the blush, but I'm first going to do the bronzer part. So this is the new Catrice Melted Sun liquid bronzer, and I already did a little bit of an Instagram reels with this, as well as like a TikTok. Basically, I already gave you my very first impressions on it, but I know that at one point I did own the Melted Sun bronzer, and it was a cream version, but these are the liquid ones, and this is actually more of a contour color. This is by no means a bronzer shade. So this is the shade 005 10 Lines, and you can tell just by looking at it, it's a very pinky, cool toned bronzer shade. In my opinion, it's a contour, and this is what it looks like. So yeah, I use dots usually, so I do 3 dots on the cheek area, 3 on the forehead. So this bronzer is indeed quite buildable. I find that the initial pigment is pigmented, but more unlike the medium coverage side. It's very easy to work with, which is very nice, because liquid bronzers can sometimes be a little bit tricky to work with. You have a lot of play time as well, so the product doesn't immediately dry down. As you saw in the clip, I applied a dot system and I did that all over my face, and then I went in and blended it out. When it comes to blendability, it's definitely very nice and easy to work with. Otherwise, I do also really like the opacity. This is something that I talk about when it comes to liquid bronzers a lot. Like, I love when a bronzer product or a contour product can give you the shape or the color that you desire, while still not looking like a stripe of paint on your face because the color is too intense. And that is definitely one of the benefits of this product that I find. It has that opacity that I really like. So yeah, this one in my book is kind of like a winner. I was very pleasantly surprised by this, and even though I have the shade 005 10 Lines, I'm definitely thinking of buying another shade as well that is more of like a bronzer for me. It's a beautiful product if you want to get into the world of like liquid bronzing and contouring, because like I said, you have a lot of playtime, so you don't have to feel scared or intimidated by applying it to your face and then not being able to blend it out. Moving on, we are moving on to blushes, and I have so many really cool blushes. So Catrice and Essence, they brought out some beautiful blushes, cream blushes and mousse blushes. These are the ones that I have. So we have the Soft Touch Mousse Mousse Blushes from Essence. This is what they look like. A Cozy Clay. Yeah, Cozy Clay. And then I have the shade Rustic Rouge, which is this one. And this is what they look like in the packaging. But from Catrice, I also have a different blush that I wanted to show you. So this is the Catrice Blushin Charm multi-stick, and I have the shade Radiant Honey 050. It also says that it's like a blush liner, so when you open it up you can see that it has a little bit of like that luminescence to it. It has a little bit of that glowy aspect to it. I picked up this particular shade because I was very intrigued by the color. It is unlike the other shades that I normally have in my collection. Yeah, it's like a pearly warm mauve-y color, but like mauve but warm. And this is what it looks like. I just thought this was such a beautiful shade, and as you can see it really has like that highlighty aspect, but what I really like about it is that it is more of a highlight from like creaminess instead of glitter or shimmer in it, so that's really lovely. So I'm thinking of applying this one today, whereas the Soft Touch blushes I have definitely used on my face before. I have been using them I think ever since I got them because I'm very intrigued by these blushes. The texture is like the Maybelline Matte Mousse foundation, so it's like stiff but at the same time you have that like moussey bounce to it. And it looks kind of weird as well on your finger and all that. Look at how just weird. This is the shade Cozy Clay. I'm just gonna apply it right here. And then this one is Rustic Rouge, which is also just a beautiful, beautiful color. And as you can see, once you blend it out, it goes to that very soft look, which I really, really love. So I think what I'm gonna do is just apply all of these blushes to my face in one way or another. So I'm first gonna apply the Catrice Blushin Charm multi-stick in the shade 050 Radiant Honey. Look at what a gorgeous color. I don't know, I love it so much. My brush and then apply it. This is how I've been applying my cream blushes, by the way, lately. I just find that it's a very easy way of controlling the pigment, really working the pigment into the brush and then just kind of applying them. This is a gorgeous shade. Whoa, I did apply a little bit too much. I'm gonna clean this up later, but right now it's lovely. And now I'm gonna apply on the other side the shade Rustic Rouge. Just once and then applying it. Gorgeous. Right now I think you can really tell the difference in the two blushes, where this one, the blush liner, is a little bit more intense and it really gives you some of that glow. This one is very subtle, gives a very soft pinch of color. It's very natural in that way. So those are the blush releases from Essence and Catrice. I think this is the thing that I'm most excited for because it's just so beautiful. We are back and we're gonna powder in the face, and Catrice has a very interesting product for that. So this is the Magic Shine Eraser Gel to Powder Mattifying Powder. It is so interesting. So it looks like this, and then when you touch it, it feels like a gel, but then it is a powder. It's the strangest thing I have ever seen, and I find it very intriguing and interesting. So literally it looks like a gel, right? Like it's just translucent gel, and then you put your brush in it, and as you can see it picks up powder. That's crazy to me. I don't understand. So yeah, this is a gel to powder mattifying product, and as you can see it has some kind of powder on it, and it's the most interesting product that I have in my collection right now. It just turns to powder. It's so interesting. I don't know how that works. It's science, obviously, but it's interesting science. So that is just a product that I wanted because it looked fun and I wanted to use it. But like, it really mattifies the skin without looking too overly powdery, which is nice. And I actually think I really like this because you don't pick up a lot of products. So not a lot of powder, but you are able to set your face with it. So I have a couple of eye products right here that I want to show you. So these are the new eye products from Catrice. First of all, I needed a new eyeliner. So this is the Catrice Superproof Brush Liner Waterproof. It's a very fine point, as you can see, very pigmented. And you have to be a little bit aware of that fact. Staple products, I should say, is the Essence Stay and Play Gel Eyeliner Pot, and this is waterproof and long lasting. So this is a gel eyeliner. I just kind of wanted to use it in when I want something to like smudge out, and now I have like a gel liner. This is just something that I wanted in my collection because it's like a good basic to have. And another product from Catrice, which is a little bit more special, is their Space Glam Liquid Effect Eyeliner, and it looks like this. The applicator is like a tiny brush, and then this is what it looks like. So let me try. Ooh, look at that. And I also already did like a look of this in my in one of the short videos that I did. So I did a look with this eyeliner, and it's really nice. It's very highly pigmented, but it's also a little bit watery. So when you apply it, it can be a little bit like tricky to apply very neat and very thin lines. And also if you apply it too thickly, after a while it's gonna do some of that cracking, and it doesn't really adhere to the eye as well as other metallic eyeliners that I have. Now in the look that I showed right here, I am also wearing a new Essence product, and this is the Essence Jelly Jewels Glitter Eyeshadow Topper. This is the color Celestial Shimmer. So it comes in this packaging, and then you twist it open, and then you have this. At first I thought this was powder, but it is like a jelly consistency. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but yeah, it's a jelly consistency. And then it comes out looking like that, and then you can apply it all over the eyes, and it looks like this, which is gorgeous. Like, it's so beautiful. My only complaint with this product, I think, so far is that it is a very kind of wet formula, so you want to again be careful with how much you apply, and it's gonna look quite dry. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this on my eyeballs, just all over. So at least I have this Catrice Matte Liner Water Activated Eyeliner palette. Now I am going to include a clip in which I use this palette and kind of give you my thoughts, because I don't really have the time or the occasion to play with this palette today, which is a little bit unfortunate. Finally, I have the Catrice Glam Dolle Volume Brown Mascara. This is a brown mascara. I'm so excited to have this in my possession because I've been wanting to try a brown mascara ever since it's been kind of trendy, really. I absolutely hate the brush. It really hurts me whenever I am applying mascara, just because it's, I don't know why, but it's not working out really nicely. But this is it's really great. It gives my lashes a lot of like volume, but I just feel like it looks a little bit more natural than a black one, and it's not as brown as where it kind of looks weird. So this is so far the look that we have got going on. Here you can see the brown eyeliner, the brown mascara better. Okay, and then finally I have two lip products from Catrice. I think these are both from Catrice. Yes, they are. So first of all, we have one that isn't that new, but is new to my collection, and I haven't really showed it to you guys. So this is the Catrice Karen In Colors Lip Balm, 050 Wild Rebel. So this is what it looks like, and then you open it up, and as you can see, I have already been using this. This is quite a dark color, but for some reason I really like this. It's a lip balm with color, and the lip balm formula is really quite pleasant to have on your lips, so that is a bonus as well. Now these tubing lip glosses are like all the rage right now, and I do understand. And Catrice brought out their own version of this. So this is the Catrice Butter Dripping Glossy Lip Balm, and I have the shade Bisou Bisou. And this shade again is also a little bit more berry, a little bit more mauve-y, as you can see. It's right here, but it is also quite sheer at the same time. Now the only thing that I don't really like about this product is the smell. This is what it looks like, very intense. It's not the most hydrating formula of the Catrice like lip glosses or lip balms that I have tried so far, but it is definitely like a relief to my very dry lips. So guys, that was the final look with all of the new Catrice and Essence products. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Obviously I am going to continue using these products in the upcoming videos and also in my everyday life. I have to say that the Soft Touch Mousse Blushes really stole my heart, as well as the Melted Sun Liquid Bronzer / Contour. I think those are really beautiful. I am going to continue using those foundations as well because I want to test them out. Right now it looks really, really good on my skin. It's always nice when Essence and Catrice, they release new products because I feel like Essence and Catrice is such a good budget-friendly drugstore makeup brand. They always have very good products. They have some that are like okay, and then they have like really good products for the price that you pay. This is a very basic look, but I am going to continue doing some more creative looks in the future. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!